Hey guys, all right, so I'm back. I have filmed videos on the new products that I have gotten from the Shop Miss A website 4 or 5 times, and each time the video was just not cutting it, y'all. Like it wasn't bad, but I was just like, what am I doing? So I think we're gonna try it one more time today. We're gonna see if we can do it. Um, so if you have any questions about any of these products, put them in the comments, and I'll try and answer them. The problem is like I already done this so many times that I know everything about, so it's almost like I already feel like you guys know. I don't know. It's a whole thing about how my brain works. So if it's not a first impression, then it's like the questions about these products just can't come to my mind. So anyway, we're going to talk today about the AOA Studio A+ Flaw Eraser Foundation Stick, okay? I've got this in 2 shades. The lighter one is Fair Ivory, and the next lightest one is Light Ivory. I'll give you guys a swatch. This is a newer release of theirs, Stick Foundation, which I usually do like stick foundations. All right, obviously this is Fair Ivory, this is Light Ivory. The undertones are, as you can see, this one matches my undertone closer for my hand, but my hand is darker than my face. I know it's hard to tell, or not, it's not darker than my face, it's darker than my neck. So we're always trying to match our foundations to our neck. I just mentioned that, and I know you guys probably already know this, but there's some people that are like, that matches you perfectly. And I'm like, well, if it matches my face perfectly, it's not the right shade, because my face is darker than my neck and we want the whole thing to look like one tone. But what I am gonna do is, just so that we can use both of them or whatever, because I have them, I'm going to do the center of my face with the lighter shade. And then the perimeter, I'm going to do with the darker shade. I can't remember, honestly, if there is even another shade darker. And in fact, like, I'm gonna put a little bit of the lighter shade in here because like we don't want the line of demarcation. That's the biggest problem that we face, is the line of demarcation, which we do not want. I have got a brush, let me see, or a sponge. Whew. Let me see if I can find a brush, because that's usually what I use, especially for a stick foundation. Okay, so I've got a just regular old flat top kabuki brush. Now, I do have quite a glowy primer on today. I did a review on the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Glowy Whoa Glow Sunscreen Primer, and so I've got that on today, mostly because, not because I can't live without it, but I have it and I was going to use a sunscreen today because I'm really gonna try to test out some skincare products and see if it actually makes a difference, if they matter. So we'll be talking about that at some point. So the glow that's coming through, I feel like, is mostly from the sunscreen, which is remarkably glowy, than the foundation. But I don't think the foundation is, you know, glow less. It's sort of, I would give it maybe a satiny type of a finish. I also have a sponge, which I'm just going to dab off any extra product. And since I have used this several times, it looks nice. And I feel like this stick foundation is sort of the stick equivalent to the AOA Studio Pro Wear foundation. This foundation is really pretty. I really like it. Make sure you get the correct shade. This shade, I think, is Porcelain. I had to get the next shade down, even though this wasn't necessarily a bad shade for me. It was just too much for my hyperpigmentation. Like going over with all my hyperpigmentation, it just looked chalky and not good. But once I got a darker shade, it actually looked better on my skin. It's really nice. It feels very creamy, like a moisturizer. Looks pretty on your skin. It's sort of a satiny, not too glowy foundation, not matte, but not too glowy. It says it's full coverage. I feel like it's good coverage, but not full coverage. Really nice though. I feel like this foundation that we're trying today, the stick one, might be oxidizing a little bit. I'll give it a little bit of a test. Don't want to mix up my shades though. Yeah, it did, like here, it's just a tiny bit lighter. You probably won't be able to tell on camera, but it probably oxidized maybe half a shade at least, but enough to make it noticeable. Or enough to make me a little bit annoyed. Because if you're really fair and you need the fairest shade, it's just not going to be cool for you to have the fairest shade and be like, yay, I got the fairest shade. And then, you know, an hour later, it's not the fairest shade anymore. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'm going to finish up my makeup and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so here's the full face on. We've got a very light makeup day today. My final first impression thoughts is that this is a decent product. I'm not doing backflips over it. It's okay. It's a decent product. If you're looking for a stick foundation that is a sort of satin finish, not matte, you know, not full coverage, but good enough coverage, looks natural. I will say this time, I've tried this several times, but this time before I powdered, I noticed that it was wanting to cake up in my large open pores, like collect in those. That's nothing like exclusive to this product. It happens a lot because I do have large open pores. I powdered with this Essence 16 Hour Cover and Last powder foundation just in my T-zone, and it looks better now after the powdering. But that did happen before I used the powder. So the first 2 times, or however many times it's been, the first couple of times I used this foundation, it didn't collect in my pores at all. So it was very smoothing. It still is pretty smoothing. Like, it looks nice on my skin. I like it. I'm not like insane crazy about it though. So that's all I've got for today. Please don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding that bell. I will put any updated thoughts that I have in the description for you to peruse, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.